Hello, this is Joe Polish, and I'm at my house. I'm sitting in my, not sitting, I'm standing in my kitchen here in Tempe, Arizona, and I wanted to point out a couple of things that I think are kind of funny. I just got back from Las Vegas, flew out just yesterday, which is a Friday evening, flew back in the morning kind of early, so I'm really tired. I went to a Cirque du Soleil show, the new one at Luxor is where it's at, called Believe, with Chris Angel, the guy that does that show Mind Freak on A&E, I believe is the network. Anyway, it was okay. It was pretty good. Not the best Cirque du Soleil show. I've seen a bunch of them. My favorite is Mystere, but they're all pretty freaking cool if you've never seen a Cirque du Soleil show. So if you're in Vegas, don't gamble. Go see a Cirque du Soleil show or go see the Blue Man Group. Very cool stuff. Anyway, stayed at the Wynn Hotel, which was less than impressive. The service, the hotel's beautiful, but the service, for some weird reason, was just not good. Not good in the restaurants, not good in the hotel. But, you know, it's still a beautiful place. Anyway, what's this have to do with anything? I get home, and like I usually do, I'll check my mail. And in my mailbox, there's all kinds of stuff. And so it's right before the holidays, so there's a lot of holiday stuff that's being sent to me. And I wanted to kind of point out something that I think takes place in a lot of people's homes, and that's when you sit and go through the mail, you get stacks of stuff. Now, this is my recycling bin, so there's all kinds of stuff that was mailed to me, and I'll throw anything that's paper in there. And, oh, by the way, let me show you my elf towel. I have towels that, some people put their names on them. I get ones that say ELF, which stands for easy, lucrative, and fun, because I want to be constantly reminded that, elf is this elf, is life elf. If it's not, do something about it. And of course, you don't want to look at that really not very good looking banana, but there's some Japanese yams and a grapefruit, but they look like they've maybe got at least the yams, maybe a day left, and if I don't eat them. All right, people of America sort their mail out over a wastebasket. Okay, and it either goes in the A pile, which is everything that is personal or appears personal, or the B pile, which is everything that is junk mail, or is something that is not perceived as, very valuable. And that's something that Gary Halbert came up with years ago. Gary Halbert passed away, but he was the guy that taught me marketing, brilliant copywriter. And here's some stuff that I actually put on my kitchen counter because I wanted to show you. Over here are things I just simply want to look at. I've got a couple of bills here, bank statement, stuff like that. A personal card from my buddy Mike Faith, who owns headsets.com. He sent me this book, which I've actually read before, but he sent it for me for Christmas. It's Getting Better All the Time, Greatest Trends of the Last 100 Years by Stephen Moore and Julian Simon. Great book. Actually, if you want to see some books I'm reading before I get to my marketing lesson here, The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, Michael, and I can never pronounce Michael's last name, Michael Michalowicz. And actually a pretty good book. I just started reading it. He sent it to me, and I've been highlighting it and said, wants to do a future joint venture with me. But good book so far. Of course, Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, and then The Jungle Effect, which is about food. A doctor discovers the healthiest diets from around the world, why they work and how to bring them home. Daphne Miller, and then, of course, Felix Dennis. He's the guy that's How to Get Rich, and then of course Julian Michaels, Making the Cut. She's on The Biggest Loser, and since I do a lot of work in the fitness field, that's I always look at stuff, and she's actually it's a good book. So these are just some books. I don't read one book at a time. Typically I try to stay with one as much as I can, but I'm high ADD, so I read a lot of different books. And then of course I have my Rich Cleaner conference here to remind me to go through and look at some of the presentations that were there and all that. But anyway, all right, going back to the mail here. Something I wanted to point out. I've got Mac Life, which is, I want to look at that because I'm trying to still switch over to Apple computers. I'm not fully integrated. And then little Tempe magazine, What Goes On in Tempe, Arizona. Some CDs and DVDs that my buddy Yannick Silver sent me. And of course, this is free mail that they send. It's not delivered like a newspaper, but it's actually mail. And one of the things I wanted to point out is the difference using copy-intensive marketing versus image advertising. Trader Joe's holiday shopping guide just totally stands out. There's not pictures of food like you would get here, which is Albertsons, and of course you have an Ace Hardware thing, and here's some other stuff. You just see, it's all, it's very clear this is an advertisement, right? And this is Fry's, Food and Drugs, and then there's Safeway. You know, there's 3 different ones here that all predominantly look the same, you know. And of course they're good stuff, so I'm not saying these are bad. I mean, the fact that they're even advertising and sending to people is good. I just have always liked Trader Joe's, the way that they do stuff, because this here, you know, it's like the equivalent of a long sales letter. It all talks about different food items, and it's hard to hold a flip video and simultaneously market here. But I just love the way that they do things. A square deal for the holidays, satisfying sushi platter, tasty bite hors d'oeuvres, mushroom turnovers. You know, they just tell a story in their food. And, you know, you've heard a picture's worth 1,000 words, while a mental picture is worth 10,000 words. So if you're ever going to use images or graphics or animation, if you combine it with powerful sales copy, all the better. You know, a lot of people I hear these days are saying, well, you know, people are busy, so they're not going to read a lot. And yeah, I mean, heck, I heard that before even the internet. The fact of the matter is, and I work with some of the top marketing companies in the world, people like Boardroom Inc. that publish Bottom Line Personal, you know, they still rely on long sales letters. The more you tell, the more you sell. The more you tell, the more you sell. So you can do that in the form of a free recorded message. You can do that in the form of a video. You can do that in the form of an audio. Now, certainly I'm not trying to sell you anything here. What I'm doing is just kind of pointing out to think about people of America sorting their mail out over a wastebasket. It's going to go into the A pile, which is everything that is personal or appears personal, or the B pile, which is everything that is junk or appears like junk. And so I'll put it in there, I'll put it in the recycling bin, and I will toss it, and I will hold on to the stuff that I want to pay attention to. And looking at all of this, I really thought about this, and I'm a marketer, so I already kind of get this stuff. The thing that I'm going to hold on to and look at is this Trader Joe's, you know, guide. I usually don't even read this sort of stuff because most of my shopping is done at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or Sunflower, which is, you know, a couple places that sell organic things, because I like that. But the point is no matter what it is you're communicating, think about getting it into the A pile. And if people are buying from you online and they're looking at your website, the same thing. You know, how do you be chummy with them? Okay, one of the things here is someone can go to my website and look at, you know, joepolish.com or Genius Network or Rich Cleaner blog or whatever, and if it's just copy, that's one thing. But when you integrate other elements such as video and audio, it just adds a whole nother experience. So even when you're online, you want to use copy, you want to use powerful copy. I mean, one of the things I can't stand is when you go to a website and it has some video display that takes, you know, it's a few seconds to just upload, and it's buffering and all of that. If you don't have other sales copy to accompany that while someone is waiting for your website to kind of pop up, you know, they're going to click away because people are very impatient. So if you're going to present anything, present it with sales copy, present it with things that just keep people, that pull you in, that just pull you in and kind of keep you there and give you valuable, interesting stuff. So I just wanted to show a couple of those examples and have you think about the A pile versus B pile, and that everything that you're doing in your marketing is designed to get people to hold on to it because it has some value and some meaning to them. So until next time, have a great day. Talk to you later.